Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Hi. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you. There's still a few seats at the first row. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. May I see your ticket? Yeah. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. No, it's not a show yet. It's just me talking before the show. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming. Hello. Thank you. Hiya. There are still a few seats on the first and second rows, if you don't mind. Yeah, that'd be great. No, there are still a few seats over there. Yeah, yeah, perfect. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you. Welcome. We are starting very soon, just as soon as everyone enters the theater. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Oh, sorry, may I see your ticket? Oh yeah, that's perfect. For all the 25 of you, right? Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for supporting the arts. Thanks so much. Thank you. If you don't mind, the 25 of you can just sit on the third row. Yeah, yeah, it's 24. Yeah, one of you sits on the fourth row. Yeah, thanks so much. Okay. Oh, show is about to start. Show is about to start. Okay.
Varieties. Arguably humanity's most intriguing creation. I had a dream about varieties once. It all started in Egypt. There were many of us. We were exhausted from having spent days walking around the Red Sea. This older fellow called Moses decided to put on a show to help us relax. But this was no ordinary show. He started with this grandiose trick in which he made the waters of the Red Sea open up. This was very convenient, since without the water, it was considerably easier to cross to the other side. So, cross we did, and the other side we reached, where Moses was waiting for us, this time in full drag outfit, lip-syncing the 10 Commandments to a very catchy tune. But what tune was it? I know it so well. What's the tune? Yeah! I woke up. But this is not what I want. I want to learn more about the varieties. Go back to sleep. And back to sleep I went. Not much was different now from the world I knew. It was present time indeed, when the knowledge of varieties helping to rid people of their troubles was lost. However, as I was exploring this world, I was led to the dark and moist basement of a theater in Amsterdam. In there lived a society of scholars who dedicated their lives to the uncovering of the ancient wisdom of the variety show. Sure, they spend most of their time in the backstage of the theater, reading the blood-stained scrolls of P.T. Barnum and the feather-lined books of Liberace. But every month, they surface from their underground chambers and open up the doors to the YouTube so that everyone can see the works of the Jam Society. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, please put your hands together and welcome to the stage your host for this evening, Daniel Matthias Fair!
Ladies and cat people, dog people, everyone else, whatever group you fit yourself in, or what are groups anyway? We are all humans. We are all in lockdown. Welcome to the Jam Society. Yeah, okay, well, I was muted, so that was one of the issues. Now I'm not muted anymore, but I have muted myself. Is that correct? Yes, perfect. Okay, the guests are giving me a thumbs up. Yeah, perfect. All right. Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, tourists and locals. Oh no, it was muted again. Oh yes, the guest told me I was muted. Yes, perfect. Okay, I don't know for how long I've been muted. This is, okay, I can see some comments on YouTube, so if I am muted again, we have rehearsed this, believe it or not. We have been doing a lot of tests. Anyway, if for some reason I'm muted again, yes, perfect, Maris, you can do that because I can hear the piano. Yeah, exactly. So that is the patch of if I am muted. Okay. Anyway, well, and I will just keep my eye on Skype because Skype is muting me. I think maybe because the drums are too loud. Anyway. I'll start from the beginning? No. Welcome, everyone. Cat people, tourists, locals. Everyone's a local right now. I hope there are no tourists here. I hope everyone is safe at home. And welcome to the quarantine version of the Jam Society. We have such a great, smashing, stellar lineup, calling us from all over the world, calling us from Las Vegas, calling us from the UK, from both London and Glasgow, two major factions of the UK, calling us Scotland and England. And we also have live performer, definitely not pre-recorded, from Melbourne, Australia. So we have literally a show with guests from all over the world. The Jam Society, in case you don't know it, is a show we usually do over in Amsterdam, but we had to cancel, obviously, like every other show had to cancel. And meanwhile, we decided to try to make the best of it. So just to give you a refresher for those who are new to the Jam Society, this is a comedy cabaret, and I would like to. Okay, maybe I'll tell you the story. The thing is, it all started. This show actually all started when I was a little boy, and my father told me, Danielle, when you grow up, you are going to be great. Believe it or not, men are going to want to be like you, and women will want to be with you, and the gender non-conforming would be indifferent towards you, which is going to be quite a shame because that's going to be a major demographic in the future. Well, meanwhile, I grew up, and most people are indifferent to me, and my father is dead, and so those wishes didn't come true. But I thought that, well, since I cannot make myself great, perhaps I can help everybody else being great. And that's where, oh, thank you, Maris. Am I muted? Is that the sign? No, okay, thank you. And that's the reason why I started this show. The reason for this show to exist is to share with the audience the beauty and the magic of the variety show, because I believe that this is really one of those things that's human to us. Doing comedy, doing magic, there's a lot of automation coming up, and that's great. That's great because the automation is just killing jobs that we didn't want to do in the first place, right? It's kind of freeing us up to not, having to pick up jobs like frying fries in McDonald's, and it's allowing us to just use that time for things that we would prefer to do, which is, being bloggers and being social influencers, being musicians, being magicians, being comedians. And sure, we need to figure out the issues with basic income, but okay, one step at a time. I cannot help with anything, but I can show you definitely in this show some great examples of variety performers. Okay, sorry, I had a thought there. I do understand that, some of you might have been thinking that back when I said the thing about varieties being the very human thing, you might be thinking that there have been some machines which were able to produce those very human things. You might have heard, I don't know, but this is an example. I don't know if you heard about this. This was an article that was going around in BuzzFeed about this group of scientists which have created an algorithm, a machine learning algorithm. So they effectively taught a machine how to learn how to make art, specifically music. And this was just an article that was going around, and it does seem like there's starting to be some overlap between the things that only machines used to do and the things that were very human. And I was curious about that as well after I read that article. So I searched the researchers which created that algorithm. Being a performer and being a coder myself, I was very, very curious about this. So I downloaded the code, and I let it compile, and then I let it run just run the commands that were in the instructions. And after half an hour of the machine learning, the machine just output a WAV file with a piece of music. And actually, I was just looking here. I think, yeah, exactly. So I have that WAV file for you. So if you don't mind, I'm going to just play that output song for you. okay, so that was it. Not not entirely bad, I would say. I hope you've heard that. I hope that wasn't muted. That was coming out of my computer. Yes, my director, Yuri, the director, is giving a thumbs up. Yeah, thanks so much, Yuri. So that's okay. Yeah, it's not like a great, earworm, but it's all right. But just to see how long the machines still have to how long is the path for the machines to reach human levels of creation. Let me just contrast that with a piece of music that I've written also in half an hour, and I shared with the other musicians, and hopefully we'll be able to play it now. Okay, can I get a thumbs up for the musicians? Yes, you guys ready? Yeah, perfect. All right, so let's try this out, and mute myself on Skype for that to. And let's try this out. Okay, let's try it. A one, a two, a three, a four. Oh no! Oh no! What's happening? The machines are so much better than us. Quick! This is. As I was saying before I muted myself, the machines are so much better than us. We need some help. We need someone who understands the varieties. And oh, you won't believe this. I have right here someone who will be able to help us. Ladies and gentlemen, I need my drumsticks back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all the way from the UK. Currently muted, so you'll have to unmute yourself on Skype. Please welcome to this live variety show, Miss Lynn Ruth Miller.
There. All right? Yes. Okay. You are so fortunate, all of you, because you are going to hear R.J. Owen, and he is star of all stars. And I was fortunate enough to perform with him in Edinburgh in 2006 and 2007, and he is stellar. So in honor of him, I'm going to repeat the set I used to do for him to end the show that we did. It was on Clark Street. I don't remember the name of the venue, but it was on Clark Street. And it's a story about my aunt's canary. My aunt had a canary who loved to sing with a vacuum cleaner. The roar of its motor inspired the bird to counter melodies that soared far above the sound of sucked up litter and demolished trash. He demonstrated his devotion to his art one unforgettable day when my aunt decided to vacuum the draperies. She pulled out the Hoover, and this is a long time ago, so it was a Hoover, little Hoover on wheels. She pulled out the Hoover and she set up the vacuum cleaner wand because she was going to clean the draperies. The bird's delight was actually visible. He knew that soon there would be an accompaniment to his vacuum cleaner symphony, and he was right. My aunt turned on the motor, and the bird launched into a sublime Missa Gloria. My aunt was so involved with her task, she didn't notice that her pet warbler had let the force of his melody sweep him from the cage up to the cornice. My aunt took the vacuum cleaner wand and she got into the folds of the drapery when suddenly she saw a flash of yellow go down the tube. She was horrified. She turned off the vacuum cleaner, sure that her pet warbler had gone to join the angels, and she paused. The bird's song was faint, but very clear. "Keep singing, darling," said my aunt. "Mama will save you." She unzipped the vacuum cleaner bag, because that's what we had in those days. She unzipped the vacuum cleaner bag, and now the bird's song was loud and very clear and close. She reached into the bag and she pushed aside the dust bunnies and the wadded tissue to make a pathway for her pet warbler to escape. The bird shot out of the vacuum cleaner bag like a released bullet, still singing his vacuum cleaner symphony. My aunt looked at her little canary with renewed respect. He was standing on an ashtray without a feather on him, his tiny throat still vibrating with song. When I think of that little bird who let nothing interfere with his song, nothing, I wonder if the human race could equal such devotion. Would Renata Tebaldi have continued her song if her bra strap broke? Would Pavarotti have given us his lovely arias if he'd lost his pants? Would R.J. Owen have given us his marvelous words if he'd lost his diaper? I think not. But my aunt's canary let nothing interfere with his song, nothing. And so tonight I am going to sing you a song that is the senior lament and is my song about the current lockdown. With apologies to Bing Crosby and anybody who is not tone deaf. Here we go. Oh, give me shops, lots of shops with people all around. Don't lock me down. Give me lawns, give me parks, give me flowers on the ground. Don't lock me down. I want to go to the place where the fun commences. Stand in a pub until I lose my senses. I'm bored with my kitchen and I can't stand fences. Don't lock me down. Just let me loose. Let me wander over yonder where I see the people stand. I'll buy some juice and a pickle from the corner grocery man. I want to drink white wine till I destroy my liver. Hug some guy until I make him quiver. So what if his wife says I won't forgive her? Don't lock me down. Oh, give me cues, lots of cues, or all the people in a line. Don't lock me down. Give me shows, lots of shows with singing all the time. Don't lock me down. I want to go on a bus where the people shove me, pet a little puppy till he thinks he loves me. I need a haircut and the sun above me. Don't lock me down. And thank you very much. I'm Lynn Ruth Miller, and pretty soon you're going to hear R.J. Owen without the diaper. And thank you so much.
Lynn Ruth Miller, everybody. It was really good. Thanks so much, Marius. Always on the spot. That was very good. Thank you so much, Lynn Ruth Miller. As seen on British Got Talent. What a voice. What a voice. That was lovely. I didn't notice any tone issues. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from London. Back, indeed, Ruth met RJ and used to perform with RJ years and years ago back in San Francisco. Meanwhile, they have parted ways quite literally by having a whole ocean in between them. And yesterday in the Instagram live with RJ, I mentioned that Lynn had been a guest in the past show, and he said, "Oh, I know Lynn." So obviously we had to have our favorite stand-up comedian from the UK, original from San Francisco, back in the show. Thank you so much, Lynn. You were lovely. Now, before we continue to our next guest, who you might have heard of, meanwhile, before I continue to our next guest, I'm just going to let you know that there is a link to tip the artist. If you enjoyed this show, it would be lovely if you would be able to throw in a tip for this artist. If you have lost your job due to the current situation, or if you didn't have a job to begin with, or if you didn't have much money to begin with, we don't want your money, obviously. But if you do have some spare income that you could throw at these artists who otherwise would not get any other kind of income, because obviously most of their work, if not all of their work, used to be live, performing live, and obviously they cannot in the current climate. So if you have some jingle to spare, please throw it at our artists. There is a link right below me. Can see him right now. And just go over there. It's jumpvarietyShow.com/online. Scroll all the way to the bottom or click on the donate button at the bottom of your screen and donate to us. Thank you so much. Donate to the guests. No money goes to us. All the money goes to the guests. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just stalling a little bit just because I see that our next guest is having some image issues. All right, just doing some juggling. Didn't prepare for this, but there we go. So, okay. And there we go. Oh, okay. Oh, it's ready. Okay. Thank Jibus for that. Okay, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to believe it, but please welcome all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, Mr. RJ Owens!
Hi, everybody. Wow, what a great looking crowd. Fantastic. Y'all look so wonderful and comfortable. It's wonderful. Lynn Miller, you goddess among women. I haven't seen you in forever, and to hear that story again is just fantastic. It made me all aflutter everywhere, even the special parts that I have. It's great to be here at the Jam Society. Welcome to fabulous, contagious Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm currently sitting in my backyard because the entire fucking city is shut down. Everything. Casinos, shows, whorehouses, everything shut down. It's the worst. I mean, the only thing we can do is drink and smoke pot. I'm not complaining, mind you, but that's all we can do. I was going to do a magic trick. I'm still going to do a magic trick, but after hearing Lynn Ruth tell her beautiful story, I wanted to tell my favorite joke of all times, because I figure in this time of being stuck inside and not being able to see our friends and not being able to make our livings, most of us, we need to hear something that's going to make us laugh. So here we go. Fitzsimmons, an American-born Irishman, lives in Chicago. His entire life, he's wanted to be the national limerick champion in Limerick, Ireland. As a matter of fact, his father was national limerick champion. His grandfather was national. His great-grandfather was national limerick champion in Limerick, Ireland. He has prepared his entire life. And it comes finally to the day of the national limerick contest in Limerick, Ireland. He flies over there, bursts into the pub where it's being held, and he says, "Hello, my name is Fitzsimmons. I'm from Chicago. I am here to enter the National Limerick Contest." And the bartender just laughs. Oh, boyo. You're a day late and a dollar short there, boyo. He says, "The contest was yesterday." Fitzsimmons is like, "Can't be. I have my invitation here. It says it's today." "Oh, no, boyo. The problem is, it was a benefit for the church, and we can't hold it on a Sunday. We had to do it a day earlier, because it's for the kiddos. So everybody was here. We just had everybody in. They did it. We had a winner. It was fantastic." But you don't understand. I've spent my entire life training for this day. My father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather were all national limerick champions. He says, "Oh, well, boyo, you can always come back next year." He says, "I don't want to come back next year." He says, "Okay, fine. Just do me a favor. Just tell me the limerick that won." "Oh, boy, I couldn't do that. It's far too dirty. Far too dirty of a limerick there. I couldn't tell you that one." He's like, oh, fine. Just tell me who said it and I'll go ask them." "Oh, sure. That'd be Sister Mary Elizabeth up at the convent." Wait. Sister Mary Elizabeth at the convent told the dirtiest limerick you've ever heard. "Oh, she sure did, but don't worry. She had a pass. It was for the kiddos. It was a charity, so she could do it." It's like, all right, fine. I'll go ask." He goes to the convent, knocks on the door. Little nun answers. He asks for Sister Mary Elizabeth. She says, "I'll be right back." Sure enough, Sister Elizabeth comes in. "Oh, hello there. How are you?" Sister Mary Elizabeth, my name is Simmons. I'm from Chicago. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, my father were all national Olympic champions. I studied my entire life. I came here today to be in the contest, and I found out they held it yesterday. "Oh, yes, they did. It was for me. They gave me a pass because we had a charity for the kiddos." I understand that, sister, but I just want to know the limerick that won, because I've been training, and I want to know the winner. She goes, "Oh, dearie, I couldn't repeat it. Far too dirty of a limerick." "Wait, you did it yesterday?" "Well, yes, I did it yesterday, but it was for the kiddos. It was a pass. I had a pass." He goes, "All right, fine. I'm pretty good with limericks. So, why don't you just replace all the dirty words with to dumb? And then I can fill them in my head. Oh, I think I could do that for you. Yeah, I think, let me think about it for a second. So she thinks about it for a second. And then she looks at him and starts. To dum, to dum, to dum, to dum. To dum, to dum, to dum. To dum, to dum, to dum, to dum. And they fucked in a river of shit. So that's my favorite joke of all time. Hands down, my favorite. It's on my list of 5 that you have to at least appreciate to be my friend. But now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, aunts and uncles, it's time for story time with Uncle RJ. Hi, boys and girls. It's Uncle RJ. Do y'all remember the story I told you last week about the little girl who broke into a person's home and then slept in their beds and ate all their food? You do? You remember the name of that story? Yes, yes. Uncle RJ's slutty ex-wife. Perfect, exactly. Today, we have a new story, and I'll tell you this story using cards, wit, and rhyme. Don't give me that look, Lynn Ruth. It won't take much time. In this story, you'll find of 2 gals and 1 guy, a soap opera of sorts. Now, let's find out why. The first 2 of 3 were husband and wife, a king and his queen for most of their life. He called her Edith. She called him Stan. Yes, she was his queen, and Stan was her man. Now, the king was potent, virile, well-made. 'Twas the queen who was sterile. You see, she is spayed. The king wanted a son, someone to carry his name, and soon it was Edith he started to blame. The fighting and yelling, Edith could stand it no more. She called Stan a bum and his mistress a horrible person. Oh, she knew of Kate, the lovely young lass, with the face of a queen and a firm, shapely ankle. 'Twas Kate that Stan lusted, but still loved his queen. So a threesome they became, with the king in between. The King Stan trio they came to be known. You older kids explain it to the younger kids. But a king with 2 queens would be rocking the throne. You see, lust and greed, they don't mix well with fate. And soon it was Edith who lusted for Kate. 2 queens in love soon sent Stan away. But that king, he was persistent. He wanted to play. They refused him quick and sent him back outside the walls. And should he return, they would cut off his inheritance. Well, that king was persistent. He wanted to play and return once again while Kate was away. A fight broke out. Edith screamed, yelled, and hissed, not to mention the king. Oh boy, was he pretty upset. Well, Kate would return much to Edith's delight. But what of King Stan? Nowhere in sight. You see, Stan is a man who knows what he likes, and Kate and Edith are a couple of, well, you know how Susie has 2 mommies? Yeah, just like that. So what is the moral, the lesson we learned of Stan, Kate, and Edith, and the tables they've turned? Well, I've told it to Stan. Now I'll tell it to you. You can't have your Kate and Edith too. But what of King Stan, that louse and that sneak? Well, he moved to Vegas and does 10 shows a week. All right, everybody, thank you very much. My name is RJ Owens. You have been a fantastic crowd. Before I leave, I want to tell you one quick story. I was talking to my young daughter this morning, and she looked up at me with her one good blue eye, and she said, Daddy, when are we going to be able to have a hot meal again? I was taken aback. I looked down at her one good blue eye, and I said, I don't know, dear. It all depends on how much they tip us in the Jam Society variety show today. So with that being said, you guys are wonderful. I love you all. Have a great one. Stay safe. And if you're ever in Vegas, don't call me.
RJ Owens, everybody. RJ Owens, give it up for him. We need to hear him clap hear us clap for him. That is the correct order that the words go in that sentence. That was amazing, Mr. Uncle RJ Owens from Las Vegas. Wasn't that amazing? Now, before I move to our next guest, I would just like to usually I'm in this show. I'm the host. I play some drums. I'm playing a little bit less than usual because I need to kind of direct some stuff and do some Facebooking, social media while the guests are on. And but I've been seeing so many of these great artists, and if the purpose is of this show is to bring artists to kind of show these real human activities of the variety show, I thought, why don't I learn a little bit as well? So one of the things that I've done is to just do some stand-up comedy courses and asking the guests when they come here if they can hear my material, and I would just like to. I would just like to try it out a little bit. I don't know if you guys would mind. I cannot hear you anyway, so I'm going to start with that. So you guys know the thing about the lockdown is that we cannot travel. Maybe not a great beginning. I started with it anyway, and the thing with travel is I'm gonna get there. The thing with travel is we cannot go on planes. Phew. Oh, this was hard. Anyway, we cannot go on planes, and sometimes it's great to go on planes in like if you want to go to faraway places and sometimes it's hot in a plane and you want a little bit of water. And have you noticed that whenever you ask for water in a plane, they always give you a little bit of who is there?
The voice in your head. Just don't do
what do you
the
want?
bit. The next
What
bit
bit?
you're about to do.
What?
It's not
What's wrong with it?
yours. It's not
What?
yours.
Oh, what do you mean?
Last night, you got really high. Yeah, you did. And
Did
then
I?
you started watching Netflix. You put on that John Mulaney special you really like. Yeah, you stole the next bit from it. Just say
What?
one more goddamn time. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
That's not mine either. It's a Pulp Fiction
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
reference.
I don't know, just
So what do I
make
do
something
now?
up.
I make something
Come
up.
on,
It's not like
you
it's
can
easy
do
to
it.
just make something up.
You're
I can.
smart.
It's not that easy.
Remember that you used to study particle physics.
I did actually study particle physics.
Physicist, Daniel. Cast your mind back. Remember when you had the highest grade ever in classical mechanics?
I did actually have the highest grade.
Yes, it almost balanced all those other classes you failed.
Fuck, I should have studied more.
Oh, wait, focus.
What?
You are hosting a show.
Fuck. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry. This thing about doing online shows is that I don't have to leave the house, and then sometimes I forget I'm live streaming to a huge audience of 9 concurrent viewers. What's going on next? Let me see ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to believe this. Our next guest is in Australia, and you know what time is it in Australia. I don't know what time is it right now, but by the time the show has started, it was 6 a.m. in Australia. Yes, this guest is joining us when it's 6. He had to wake up at 5 a.m. to join. He could have just made a pre-recorded video and send it to us, but no, he didn't. He woke up at 5 in the morning in order to join this show, and for that we thank him for not sending a pre-recorded video at all. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the online stage Mr. Reuben Kaye.
Hello Amsterdam. Goedenavond, mijn liefjes. What a joy, what a privilege, what a pleasure it is to be transported from my mansion, don't look at the background, into whatever shithole you're staying in. How lovely. I couldn't say that actually, all the real estate in Amsterdam is really fucking nice. Well, welcome. Welcome to Jam with Humans. My name is Reuben Kaye, cabaret artist, inspiration and part-time hood ornament. I'm here with the lovely lovely guest in your country, a digital guest in your country, and I couldn't be happier, because anywhere is better than oh God, I was about to say London, and I just threw up in my mouth a bit. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Oh, the Tories don't care, do they? They want everyone to die. Well, oh, that is a good wine. That is, oh, that is good. That is hot in the brand. What's the alcohol content on this? It doesn't give you an alcohol content, but it does say it causes blindness in infants. And it's vegan. How lovely. Now, I don't know how much information you've got, but the world's gone crazy, and we're all in a bit of a moment, shall we say. And I think it's very interesting because a lot of us might not have the capabilities to deal with such a moment just slamming you into the face, just slamming into you, pushing you against a brick wall, touching you, telling you it'll be our little secret. It's a very confusing time for all of us, is what I'm trying to say. And that I've just had a flashback to an uncle at a dinner party. But enough about that. What a Hanukkah that was. I'm here because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to try and reach out to the public, to try and touch you in any way I can. And I think the best thing to do is to do a guided meditation. You know, they're all the rage. I love the self-help industry. I love any industry that can make millions off low self-esteem and poor self-image. And when I realized that the majority of the world is about to start feeling pretty damn low, I thought, oh, I'm hitting my strides. I've got to get into this industry. So here I am. I'm here to relax you. Because if there's one thing that a face like a crack-addicted lemur can do, it's induce calm. So, first off, what we're going to do is I'm going to just let you drop into your breath. Okay? Everyone just feel where your breath is in your body. Feel where it is. Is it in your chest? Just keep breathing. Just relax. Remember, I'm 10,000 kilometers away. Or I'm a distance away. I'm somewhere away. I'm in a bunker. I'm in a poorly lit crack den of a bunker. I can't actually hurt you. So all the men who think they're heterosexual in the audience, just calm down. This isn't threatening you. Later though, once this isolation is lifted, I'm coming for you. So just we're breathing, just feel where the breath is. Are you feeling it low in your diaphragm? Feeling very sacred, secure, hitting your vagus nerve? Feeling that? Is it up in your chest? Are you feeling quite powerful, with a little bit of tension? Are you breathing into your back, by the way? You could be breathing into your back. That's where I need a lot of cushioning there. For obvious reasons, I have a very active life. And we're breathing. Oh, that is. I think I just lost a filling. Yeah, that's just dissolved down the back. That was gold. Now, just keep on breathing. Figure it out. Breath moves around the body with our tension. Or is it mine, particularly in my asshole, or as I call it, the calamari of consciousness? Feel yours. Is it nice and tight and bouncy? Or is it like a stretched out lacquer band? If it is, do a couple of kegels. Go on, treat yourself. It's time to meet the apocalypse with a tight pelvic floor. I don't want to say I'm a slut, but I had my pelvic floor laminated. Just makes it easier. And I do, of course, sing happy birthday while I wash it for the allotted 20 seconds. Now, that's not, what is that? Not wine. Great. So we're breathing, we're at 5 minutes, we're almost done. We're breathing, and as we breathe, we just enter a state where we can all relax. Remember, You may be alone in your apartment that you haven't left for 3 weeks, staring at the horrendous faces of the people you've chosen as your spouse, the people who are your family, or even worse, the faces of the child you've been trapped inside with for 3 weeks. I mean, my God, there's going to be a lot of murders in this isolation. I can tell. I've chosen to live on my own because there's a lot more space to hide the bodies. Now, as we're closing our eyes and breathing, just remember that although you're in your own space, you are part of a larger community. The entire world is going through what you're going through. That means that you are 1 in a million, 1 in 7 billion. You're not very special. Nothing that really sets you apart. We're all having a universal experience, which means we are all part of one seething, homogeneous mass. We don't really matter ourselves. There's nothing special to delineate us from one to the other except minutiae, except the daily crap in our lives we've piled on. I'm starting to get a bit panicked now, actually, as I think about that. So we're just going to step away from that. And we're going to think about, as you breathe in, you breathe in positivity. As you breathe out your tension. You breathe out anything that could be bothering you at the moment. It could be the face of your lovely wife as you realize she didn't do the dishes. So breathe in, and as you do that, give her a fuck off. There. Doesn't that feel better? And as we breathe in again, we breathe in more positive energy. And now look at the face of your child. Imagine the face of your child who has not stopped screaming or making noise or looking for attention for the past 3 weeks, when all you want to do is find time to have a wank and possibly a cup of tea without any screaming. Just breathe in, and as you visualize your beautiful child's face, this piece of life that you and your partner have created, a symbol of love and where you stand in the long line of humanity as you pass on your genes to the next generation. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, fuck off. See? Oh, don't you feel much better? And while we're here, let's take one more. We breathe in, and remember that Turkmenistan has just banned all use of the word coronavirus, and we breathe out and fuck off. Or we breathe in positivity, and as we breathe out, we remember that only now, in time of a great pandemic, is any country vaguely willing to think about lifting the ban on gay men donating blood, changing the mandatory celibacy sentence from 12 months to 3 months before they're allowed to give blood. What a charming, lovely gesture. Breathe in and fuck off. And there, don't you feel better? Remember, don't feel pressured through all of this to compare yourself to other people. Don't do any of that, because this is your pandemic as much as it is theirs. You deal with it how you want to. And if that means chugging down a glass of non-vintage alcoholic Panadol, who am I to stop you? Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, my mouth hates me, but my liver loves me. Now we've expelled some of that negativity, don't you feel better? Don't you feel at ease? Don't you feel calmer? Less likely to drive your car into a canal. Wouldn't that be lovely? Now, it's reaching my 10 minutes. I'm currently recovering from vocal surgery at the moment, so I have been limited in what I can do musically. But I thought I would give you a little refrain of a song that I hope can lift you. And I take it from the great Justin Sayer. Did not write this song, but I'm inspired by him. If we could just change the lights to something a bit more ballady and beautiful. That's perfect. And just remember, as you walk down your your high street and you see all the shops closed and you see the empty streets and you feel like you're in a foreign city or a foreign environment. You're not. You're home. This is temporary. We will get through this.
Yeah. 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 Wait, you think we got them? What? No, I was asking if you think they believe it's a live video instead of a pre-recorded video. Huh? What? We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Reuben Kaye, all the way from Australia, live. Give it up for Reuben Kaye. Make that floor rumble so you can hear all the way down under. Yes. What's that? Oh, it seems like there's another. Oh, Reuben still has some messages. Reuben has something to say right now. Okay. Can we hear what Reuben wants right now?
Oh, wouldn't that have been a wonderful segue for a song? Unfortunately, we've run out of time. And also, I have no band, so I can't do the song. But I love you dearly, Amsterdam, and one day we'll press the flesh and I'll be there. I may even be able to bring my band, Reuben Kaye and the K-Holes. If you don't know what a K-Hole is, Google it, but do not press image search. That's my advice to you, kiddies. All my love to you. Have a wonderful night, a wonderful show. A big round of applause to the whole Jam with Humans crowd. The lineup tonight, just absolutely spectacular. I love all these humans, and I'm very privileged to share a digital lineup with them, which sounds like a wonderful name for a lesbian bar, doesn't it? The digital lineup. See you later, my darlings. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Oh, it's ended. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Reuben. It was a pleasure to have you over at the Jam Society. Hope you get back over to perform with us in Amsterdam, as I hope all of these amazing guests will be able to perform with us over in Amsterdam, which unfortunately some of them were lined up to do and will do at some point in the future. Anyway, thank you so much, Reuben. Ladies and gentlemen, before I move on to our next and final guest, yes, we are almost at the end, I want to present to all of you, I want to introduce you to our great live musicians who are playing live over Google Meet, which means that the performers did not hear what they played at all so far. But please welcome, all the way from Amsterdam, our very good Latvian mathematician friend in the piano, Mr. Maris Ozols. And that was Maris Ozols. Yes, thank you so much, Maris, for joining us. And all the way, also from Amsterdam, but originally from Italy, on the guitar, our very good friend, Mr. Cristiano Repetto. No guitar, just as perfect, Chris. Thank you so much. It was lovely. And also, all the way, also from Amsterdam. I'm the only one not there. I live on the other side of the country. Anyway, all the way from Amsterdam as well, we have not usually a regular musician in the Jam with Humans orchestra, which is the orchestra that backs up the orchestra where Chris and Maris play, which usually backs up the Jam Society. But unfortunately, he is not being able to play bass because he's too busy being the director for this live stream. All the way from Amsterdam, but originally from Russia, our very good friend Yuri, the director. Give it up for Yuri. Yeah, there is Yuri. Huzzah! Brilliant, Yuri the director, thank you so much for making all of this happen and keep trying to find technological solutions for making this very complex online show to happen. I'm going to ask you, Yuri, by the way, to just pop over at the bottom again the link for the tips for the guests. If you are watching this show and you think, oh, I have some spare income, I can throw in a fiver or £10 or euros or $100. I think that's how it goes. Okay. And I can just tip these guests. What do I do that? How do I do that? I tell you how to do that. You just go to the link in the bottom. Just go to jamvarietyshow.com/online or just jamvarietyshow.com, click on the watch now and click on the button at the bottom of the page which says donate, or just scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and you're going to be able to tip the guests. All the money we receive is going to be split to all the 4 international guests. They thank you a lot for that, given that the biggest source of income has ended, as it happened to many of us. Meanwhile, to end in quite beautiful note, we are going to have a very, very special friend, a very, very special guest all the way from Glasgow, Scotland. Please give it up for the Queen of Cabaret, Miss Laurie Black!
Can I go? Are we good? Hi! Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's me and all my candles and the moon. Hooray! So also I've got my synthesizer here. I'm going to play you guys some music, and I thought I'd do something fun and different, which is play you a song from my brand new show, and it's all about being a rock star, right? Because actually, I am not a very good example of a rock one. I don't smoke. I don't drink very much. I don't do drugs. I'm classically trained on piano, and I don't have a dick. So I thought I would write a song about like all the stuff that rock stars do that gives them their like rock star notoriety. So this is about all of the kind of removing of ribs and all that kind of stuff. And I've got my little drum machine here as well, so I'm gonna take it away. Cool. I'm a best friend lighter, being banned from bars and driving fast cars and smashing guitars. I once died for 2 minutes, 0 limits, had some unfinished business. Not enough middle fingers, no. Not enough middle fingers, no. Not enough middle fingers. Middle finger deficiency, alcohol dependency, a bottle of Jack to help me sleep, and to ashes and punk, to punky, I am the heart and the soul of the party, with a head like a hole. I am a devilish advocate for bowls of blue M&Ms and more fucking cowbell. I am a lowbrow grown man, total roadkill, microphone mouth, trash the motel. I won't go down, I'll just pay bail. Middle finger deficiency, alcohol dependency, a bottle of Jack to help me sleep, and to ashes and punk, to punky, I am the heart and the soul of the party. Don't fuck with me. Oh, actually, you know what, guys? There is something that I think does make me quite rock and roll. I think it's my one like rock and roll talent. Do you want to know what it is? Oh, yeah, I can hear you. You all want to know. Okay, let's do it. Right, this is it. I bleed out vagina once a month. I said I bleed out of my vagina once a month. What did you say? I said I bleed out of my vagina once a month. What? I said I bleed out of my vagina once a month. And that's pretty fucking rock. Sorry everyone who's asleep in this house right now. I'm being a rock star. Middle finger deficiency, alcohol dependency, a bottle of Jack to help me sleep. Ants to ashes and punk to punky, smash the sweat jar and punch a Nazi. Go to rehab and come back a junkie, always running from the paparazzi. Is this the real life or is it fantasy? I am the heart and the soul of the party. Don't fuck with me. Thank you. Beautiful. So I'm going to leave you guys with one final song now. And Daniel, I'm really sorry. You asked for another song and I am going against you here. I'm going to sing a different song, but it is of the same vibe. And I just thought it would be a lovely little moment. So everyone get your candles at the ready. I wrote this song for this show again. The show's called Mockstar. And it is like my attempt at doing grunge music. And I kind of realized with grunge music, with rock stars especially, that was the point where kind of people realized that they could just make and create music and record it in their bedrooms. And I think that is kind of, we're all feeling that right now. We're all using these our houses and our little spaces and nests as our creative spaces as well and outlets. So I just thought that this song was quite fitting and a lovely little way to end the night. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here again. Please make sure that you follow the Jam Society and everyone that you've seen tonight, because they're all amazing and they're literally all getting us through this. So this song is my kind of grunge inspired song. And I'm going to sing it for you right now. Here we go. Hopefully that's loud enough. And just pretend I'm like wearing a lumberjack shirt and haven't showered for a couple of days, which may or may not be true. Sitting in an echo chamber, waiting. I'm just sitting in my echo chamber, itching with cabin fever. I'm just forcing myself to suffer. I am just forcing myself to suffer. Suffocate. So rip out the page of yesterday, set it on fire, forget it, ain't no worth repeating. If trees can survive without leaves, rip it out and read on, rip it out and read on. Sticking needles and pins in ink, hoping something sticks. I'm just sticking needles and pins in pages and fingertips. I'm just forcing myself to suffer. I am just forcing myself to suffer. Suffocate. So rip out the page of yesterday, set it on fire, forget it, it ain't worth repeating. If trees can survive without leaves, rip it out and read on, rip it out and read on. And you can suffer, 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 suffocate. And you can suffer, suffer, better, babe. You can suffer, suffer, suffocate. Rip it out and read on. Rip it out. Read on. Thank you. So my name is Laurie Black. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. And I guess that song is just a reminder that you can have good days and you can have bad days, and it's okay. And if you have a bad day, you just rip it out and move on. So thank you so much. Good night, everybody. And I'm passing you back to Daniel now. Bye.
Laurie Black, everybody! Thank you so much for joining the show. This was so lovely. What a nice way to end this show. That was really lovely. Thank you, everybody who has joined or has joined not live, but has seen this the replay of this video. For those who are watching live, you can. Please help us reach this video to as many people as possible, because I think is quite impressive lineup of guests we've have tonight. And the video is going to stay up over at jamvarietyshow.com/online. Yuri, can you have that link again? That is the same link for the donation. It's just jamvarietyshow.com/online. We are Jam with Humans. We are going to keep doing live shows throughout this quarantine. We actually have 2 shows lined up for next week. We have Will Silver's Spooky Ghost Stories on Wednesday at the same time. No, 1 hour earlier. Anyway, it's going to be over in the over on the website, and we are going to have the improvised call-in show with beautiful clown guests over on Thursday. So do join us. Keep an eye over on Jam with Humans on social media. Everywhere, Jam with Humans, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Who does Twitter anymore? Anyway, and thank you so much for joining us, and please do tip the guests if you do have the income. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching the show and being on that side. I hope you're safe. I hope you stay safe, and thanks so much once again. Let's Chris, Maris, let's do a jam to finish this. All right, let's go. I'll start. You guys go with my tempo. End screen, please, Yuri. End screen.